Welcome to The Explainer. Today, we're taking a deep, fascinating dive straight into the human mind. Now, we're looking at a figure from antiquity, but as you're going to see, the psychological struggles he faced are incredibly, actually almost uncomfortably relevant to every single one of us today.
So what if a 1600-year-old saint struggled with your exact modern addictions? Think about the stuff that plagues us right now, right? Social media addiction, overthinking, emotional emptiness, endlessly chasing that next hit of dopamine. We tend to treat these as strictly modern problems, caused by screens and algorithms. But what if they're actually ancient battles? Imagine someone from the ancient world literally saying, I know what is right, but I keep doing what is wrong. Wild, right?
Okay, so here's our roadmap for today. We've got 5 key areas: the restless human heart, the power of radical honesty, the procrastination trap, 2 cities of the mind, and finally, a framework for modern life. Let's dive right in. Section 1, the restless human heart, or the illusion of external success. To set up this historical mirror, let's meet Augustine of Hippo, born in 354 AD in North Africa. Now, he was brilliant, literally one of the brightest minds of his generation. But as we all know, intelligence doesn't automatically guarantee wisdom. As a young guy, Augustine loved the thrill. He was totally addicted to luxury, wild parties, and getting recognized. There's this super famous story where he actually admitted to stealing pears from a neighbor's tree. And get this, he wasn't hungry. He didn't even need the pears. He stole them just because stealing felt exciting. All his bad decisions were driven entirely by his ego and this constant craving for novelty, rather than any actual need.
And this brilliantly illustrates a concept modern psychology calls the hedonic treadmill. It's basically the observed tendency for us humans to quickly return to a baseline level of happiness, regardless of what major life changes happen to us. Augustine experienced this centuries before MRI machines were even a thought. He kept chasing pleasure, a new relationship, more recognition, exactly the way we might chase a new phone or a promotion today. Yet, after every single achievement, that excitement faded and he just felt even emptier.
Which brings us to his most famous realization, and really the main thesis of our explainer today. Our hearts are restless until they rest. Augustine called it a restless heart. It's exactly like trying to fill a bucket with water when there's a huge hole at the bottom. No matter how much you pour in, how many followers, how much cash, how many lavish vacations, it never fills up. That hole at the bottom, that's inner emptiness. Moving on to section 2, the power of radical honesty and the anatomy of confession. So let's explore what happened when all that external success just couldn't hide his internal suffering anymore. Augustine did something truly extraordinary. Instead of blaming society or his parents or bad luck, he turned entirely inward. He wrote a masterpiece called Confessions. Now, don't think of this as some guilt-ridden religious document. This was history's first true psychological autobiography. I mean, it predates Carl Rogers, cognitive behavioral therapy, and modern mindfulness. It was a groundbreaking exercise in radical self-awareness, exposing his deepest fears, his addictions, his ego, and his flaws. He basically documented his most embarrassing mistakes for the whole world to see. Why? Because he realized a profound truth. You absolutely cannot change what you refuse to acknowledge. Notice the really powerful shift in language here. Confession, in this sense, isn't about guilt at all. It's about clarity. Look at the difference. Saying I am a failure attacks your core identity. It's a dead end. But saying I made mistakes, that creates possibility for change. This precise linguistic shift allowed Augustine to observe his own mind without judgment. It's just like turning on a bright light in a really messy room. Ignoring the mess never actually cleans it. Turning on the light is super uncomfortable, sure, but it is literally the only way the cleaning process can begin. All right, section 3, the procrastination trap or the delay tactic. Even with that light turned on, we have this universal, deeply human habit of avoiding immediate transformation. Augustine once prayed something that is just incredibly relatable. He said, "Lord, make me pure, but not yet. I absolutely love this quote. It is brutal, almost humorous honesty. It's the perfect snapshot of a human brain that desperately wants to change, but absolutely refuses to give up immediate pleasure in the present moment. Come on, we all do this. Let's connect his ancient prayer directly to our modern excuses. Oh, I'll start exercising next Monday. I'll quit scrolling tomorrow. I'll meditate right after one more episode. Our brains love postponing transformation because immediate pleasure almost always beats a future reward. Augustine figured out that the real battle wasn't out there in the external world. It was right inside his own head. True freedom doesn't come from just doing whatever you want. True freedom is having mastery over those impulses. If you say, I can quit scrolling anytime, but you never actually quit, well, who's really in control? You or the habit? Section 4. Two Cities of the Mind and Constructing Your Reality. Augustine wrote his next great work during an incredibly chaotic time, literally during the collapse of the Roman Empire. People were panicking, thinking civilization itself was coming to an end. Augustine responded with a masterpiece called The City of God. Now let's strip away any theological intimidation here. The City of God is not about a physical place or some historical event. It's a revolutionary blueprint of psychological states. When you break it down, this text shares the exact same core wisdom as Stoicism, which teaches us to control what's within, Buddhism, teaching non-attachment, and the Bhagavad Gita, teaching selfless action. Different traditions, sure, but they contain remarkably similar wisdom. This philosophy builds a crystal-clear diagnostic table for your mind. Augustine said there are two cities you can live in. The earthly city is built on ego, power, status, and comparison. The city of God is built on love, wisdom, truth, and purpose. So the absolute crucial point here is that you choose which column you are living in every single morning. When your happiness depends entirely on social media likes or possessions or what other people think of you, you are firmly planted in that left column. But when your peace comes from integrity, gratitude, and inner growth, you're living in the right column. Finally, Section 5, Framework for Modern Life, or the Master Framework. This is the actionable payoff for trying to apply this ancient wisdom to your modern day-to-day routine. Here are 5 highly practical steps derived straight from his texts. Step 1, pause before reacting. When you feel an urge, just ask yourself, what am I really seeking here? Is it comfort and escape? Step 2, practice daily self-reflection. Spend just 5 quiet minutes observing what motivated your decisions today. No judgment, just pure observation. Step 3, replace distraction with purpose. Don't just try to rip out bad habits, replace them with meaningful ones, because the mind hates empty spaces. Step 4, accept imperfection. Progress beats perfection every single time. Growth is about becoming more aware, not about being flawless. And step 5, invest in what cannot be stolen. And that leads perfectly into this realization. Technology has vastly changed, but human nature, it simply hasn't. Money disappears, beauty fades, popularity shifts. But true investments, like wisdom, character, and inner peace, those remain. They compound forever. Augustine searched for happiness everywhere except within himself, until he realized that the greatest victory you will ever achieve is not over the outside world. It is entirely over yourself. So I want to leave you with this final, provocative question to chew on. Which city are you building your life in? Are you building in the city of endless distraction or the city of lasting peace? Think about your daily habits and where they are truly leading your mind. I would absolutely love to hear your perspective on this, so please drop your thoughts down in the comments. Thanks for joining me on The Explainer today. Keep learning, keep growing, and keep mastering your own mind.